that Diana, Princess of Wales, who was injured in that accident you've just seen pictured of, has actually died.
The Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon.
The story of King Charles and Princess Diana was once seen as a fairy tale romance, but behind palace doors, it was a whirlwind of heartbreak and betrayal. For years, hidden secrets and scandals shaped their rocky marriage, leaving Diana struggling to find love and support.
Charles has great delivery. I mean, he's practically like a Shakespearean actor.
What really happened between them? This shocking betrayal changed the royal family forever, and it's finally coming to light. Emotional distance. Emotional distance isn't just a relationship challenge. It's a silent betrayal that can cut deeper than words. In the case of King Charles and Princess Diana, their royal marriage was the perfect picture on the outside. But behind the palace walls, emotional distance was tearing them apart. Diana and Charles entered their marriage with high hopes and public adoration, yet they quickly found themselves on separate emotional wavelengths. Diana's vibrant personality and emotional openness clashed with Charles's reserved and duty-driven demeanor. While Diana longed for love, support, and genuine connection, Charles seemed to retreat into his own world, one that included Camilla Parker Bowles. The emotional distance between the couple grew, as Diana felt increasingly isolated. Despite her efforts to connect with Charles, his affection often appeared elsewhere. The betrayal wasn't just about infidelity, it was about the emotional neglect Diana endured while she fought to keep their marriage alive. Charles's inability, or unwillingness to meet her emotional needs, became a wound that never healed. For Diana, this distance wasn't just heartbreaking, it was soul-crushing. Her struggles with bulimia and feelings of worthlessness were amplified by the coldness of her relationship. She later admitted to seeking connection elsewhere, a response to the loneliness she felt within her marriage. What makes this story resonate even today is how relatable it is. Emotional distance isn't confined to royal relationships. Many people have experienced the pain of being in a partnership where they feel unseen, unheard, and unimportant. In Diana's case, her courage to speak out and share her truth shone a light on the emotional battles many people face behind closed doors. Charles's secret betrayal wasn't just his affair. It was the choice to emotionally distance himself from the woman who had once dreamed of building a life with him. The story of Charles and Diana isn't just a royal scandal. It's a reminder that emotional connection is the foundation of any relationship. When that connection is lost, the cracks are impossible to ignore. Camilla Parker Bowles. Affair. Behind the grandeur of the royal family, there's a story that shook the world. The affair between King Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles, a betrayal that left Princess Diana heartbroken. Their love triangle wasn't just a royal scandal, it was a devastating chapter in a marriage that was already on shaky ground. From the start, Diana sensed that Camilla was more than just an old friend of Charles. Despite their lavish wedding and the world's attention, Diana often felt like the third wheel in her own marriage. The emotional distance between her and Charles grew, fueled by his unwavering connection to Camilla. The secret affair wasn't just whispers in palace hallways, it was an open secret in royal circles. Diana eventually confronted Camilla at a party, bravely saying, "I know what's going on between you and Charles." Camilla's response? A dismissive retort that only deepened Diana's anguish. The betrayal wasn't just physical, it was the emotional bond between Charles and Camilla that left Diana feeling isolated and unloved. Charles's affair with Camilla wasn't just a blow to Diana, it was a seismic event for the monarchy. The revelation of their relationship, combined with Diana's candid interviews, shattered the fairy tale image of the royal couple. Diana's now famous words, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded," became a defining moment in their story. What made the betrayal even harder to digest was the perception that Charles had never truly let go of Camilla. For Diana, this wasn't just about losing her husband's love. It was about never truly having it in the first place. The Camilla affair remains a controversial chapter in royal history, but it also serves as a stark reminder of the cost of emotional neglect and betrayal. Diana's pain and bravery in the face of this betrayal left a lasting legacy, one that continues to captivate the world. Diana's confrontation. The royal marriage that once seemed like a fairy tale turned into one of the most heartbreaking and scandalous sagas in history. Princess Diana, known for her grace and charm, was blindsided by the betrayal of her husband, Prince Charles. But what happened when Diana finally confronted the woman at the center of it all? Camilla Parker Bowles? The dramatic moment is something the world never forgot. In the late 1980s, Diana's suspicions about Charles and Camilla's ongoing affair reached a boiling point. The emotional distance between Diana and Charles had grown too wide to ignore, and the rumors about their relationship were swirling in the media. But what could Diana do? The pain of knowing her husband was in love with someone else became unbearable, and Diana decided to take matters into her own hands. The infamous confrontation took place during a birthday party for Camilla's sister, Annabelle Elliott, and it was nothing short of explosive. Diana, her heart heavy with anger and sorrow, looked directly at Camilla and said, "I know what's going on between you and Charles." The tension in the room was palpable, and Diana's voice echoed with the rawness of her pain. Camilla's response was cold, dismissive, and utterly callous. She said, "You've got everything you ever wanted. A handsome husband, 2 beautiful children. What more could you want?" Diana's simple yet devastating reply left everyone stunned. "I want my husband." The conversation laid bare the emotional turmoil that had been eating away at Diana. The betrayal wasn't just about the affair. It was about her unfulfilled yearning for a connection with Charles. But that connection had long been lost. Diana's confrontation with Camilla revealed just how far Charles's emotional neglect had gone. It also revealed how powerless Diana felt in her own marriage, even as the world watched her every move. Her bravery in confronting the woman who had stolen her husband's heart only made the betrayal more poignant. This moment of truth would go on to shape Diana's legacy, forever remembered as a symbol of strength, courage, and heartbreak. Public confessions. The royal family's dirty laundry was never meant to be aired in public. But when Prince Charles and Princess Diana's troubled marriage started unraveling, the world was forced to watch every heart-wrenching detail unfold. The most shocking part? Both Charles and Diana made public confessions that revealed just how deep the betrayal ran. In 1994, Prince Charles shocked the world by admitting in an interview with Jonathan Dimbleby that he had indeed been unfaithful to Diana. In his own words, he admitted the affair with Camilla Parker Bowles, acknowledging that his marriage to Diana had irretrievably broken down. This was an unprecedented moment of honesty, especially from a royal figure, and it sent waves of shock through the public. For years, the rumors had swirled, but hearing Charles admit his betrayal publicly left no room for doubt. But the shock didn't end there. A year later, Princess Diana took to the BBC's Panorama interview to reveal her side of the story. In a candid and emotional confession, Diana spoke openly about her unhappiness within the royal family, her struggles with bulimia, and the emotional toll the marriage had taken on her. She even confessed to her own infidelity, admitting she had sought comfort outside her marriage after years of emotional neglect. One of the most memorable moments in her interview was her comment about the 3 of us in the marriage, referring to Camilla's ongoing relationship with Charles. Her words echoed the pain she had felt for years, having been pushed to the sidelines of her own marriage, while Camilla was always at the center of her husband's heart. These public confessions were a rare and shocking glimpse into the deeply troubled relationship between Charles and Diana. They painted a picture of 2 people trapped in a loveless marriage, each desperately seeking solace elsewhere. The revelations not only shattered the illusion of royal perfection, but also revealed just how far emotional neglect and betrayal can go, even within the walls of Buckingham Palace. Diana's struggles for years. Princess Diana was the picture of grace, beauty, and charm, always smiling in front of the cameras, a true people's princess. But behind that captivating smile, Diana was silently battling a storm of emotional struggles. The betrayal by Prince Charles and the constant heartbreak of his affair with Camilla Parker Bowles became an unspoken burden that weighed heavily on her. Diana's life within the royal family was far from the fairy tale many believed it to be. She found herself in a loveless marriage where her husband, Prince Charles, seemed emotionally distant. As the public continued to adore them as a perfect couple, Diana was left grappling with feelings of loneliness, inadequacy, and pain. Her constant battle with emotional neglect pushed her into a deep spiral, and it wasn't long before her struggles with bulimia and self-harm became part of her personal reality. But the most agonizing part? Prince Charles's affair with Camilla. Diana had always suspected something was wrong, and her worst fears were confirmed when the affair became public knowledge. While the world admired Diana for her grace, few could understand the profound hurt she felt in her personal life. She was fighting not only for her marriage, but for her own self-worth. Diana even admitted in interviews that her relationship with Charles was a bit crowded, a cryptic but clear reference to Camilla's constant presence in their lives. Diana's confession of her struggles was a turning point in her life. In her explosive interview with the BBC in 1995, she didn't hold back. Diana shared the truth about her pain, her fight with bulimia, and even her emotional breakdowns. Her courage to speak out, to expose the truth, was a pivotal moment in her life. But despite everything, Diana always longed for one thing: love and affection from her husband, something Charles never fully gave her. Diana's heartbreaking story is one of silent strength, the battle for love, and the pain of betrayal. Her struggles remain a poignant reminder of the human side of royalty and the cost of emotional neglect. Media scrutiny. Princess Diana's life was constantly under the watchful eye of the media, but the scrutiny she faced went beyond mere headlines. It was relentless, invasive, and at times downright cruel. As her marriage with Prince Charles unraveled, the media played a huge role in exposing the secrets that the royal family tried so hard to keep hidden. But what many didn't realize was that the public's obsession with their troubled marriage only made things worse for Diana, especially when Charles's secret betrayal was finally laid bare. For years, Diana had been painted as the innocent, wronged party in her marriage to Charles. But the truth of her suffering went far deeper than the media could ever understand. As the press began to catch wind of Charles's affair with Camilla Parker Bowles, the tabloids and gossip columns were quick to sensationalize every detail. The media didn't just report the facts. They took pleasure in adding their own twists, often portraying Diana as a broken woman. Every move she made was scrutinized, every tear she shed dissected. But it wasn't just Diana who was affected. The public's fascination with her pain spilled over into the royal family, and suddenly, Charles's betrayal was a matter of public interest. The media did not hold back in exposing the affair and the emotional turmoil that came with it. They painted Charles as a man who had failed his wife and his country, and painted Diana as the victim, a woman deserving of sympathy and support. While the public followed every twist and turn of the royal drama, the media failed to recognize the emotional toll this constant scrutiny had on Diana. She was not just a princess or a symbol of hope for the British people. She was a human being, struggling in ways that no headline could fully capture. The media's relentless coverage of Diana's marriage and Charles's secret betrayal finally forced the truth into the open, but it also led to an invasion of her privacy that would haunt her for the rest of her life. In the end, while the public may have been captivated by the royal drama, Diana's personal pain was far more complex than the tabloids could ever portray. Queen Elizabeth's intervention. The royal family has always prided itself on maintaining a strong, united front. But the cracks in Prince Charles and Princess Diana's marriage were becoming impossible to ignore. While the world watched their relationship fall apart behind the scenes, Queen Elizabeth II was quietly stepping in to restore order and bring an end to the chaos. Her intervention, though discreet, would prove to be a game-changer in the scandal that rocked the monarchy. For years, Queen Elizabeth had remained relatively silent about her son's marriage woes. However, as public interest in the royal drama grew, and Charles's affair with Camilla Parker Bowles was exposed for the world to see, the Queen could no longer stay on the sidelines. Despite her usual preference for privacy, Queen Elizabeth's role in the royal family meant she had to act, especially when it came to preserving the dignity and image of the monarchy. In 1995, the situation reached a boiling point. Charles had publicly admitted to his infidelity during an explosive interview, and the marriage was beyond saving. That's when the Queen decided to take a bold step. According to reports, she wrote a personal letter to Diana.
And he, Lord Mountbatten was probably the closest person to him, and Diana said to him, "You look so sad,"
urging her to grant an early divorce from Charles. This letter was not just an official royal request. It was a motherly plea for Diana to help bring closure to the marriage. Queen Elizabeth's intervention was carefully worded, emphasizing that it was in the best interest of the country and the royal family. She even signed the letter with "Love from Mama," a gesture that showed her genuine concern for Diana's well-being. While it was clear the Queen wanted to protect the family's image, the letter also showed her emotional understanding of the situation. By stepping in, Queen Elizabeth sought to end the public spectacle and bring peace to the fractured royal family.
To marry into the royal family and to become a future queen.
Her intervention helped pave the way for the eventual divorce between Charles and Diana in 1996. However, the betrayal Charles had inflicted on Diana would never be forgotten, and the royal family's efforts to restore their reputation were ultimately overshadowed by the lasting emotional damage caused by the affair. Divorce and aftermath. The divorce between Prince Charles and Princess Diana was not just the end of a marriage. It was the dramatic conclusion to years of tension, public humiliation, and heartbreak. After the media frenzy and public revelations about Prince Charles's affair with Camilla Parker Bowles, the royal couple finally called it quits in 1996. But the aftermath was far from a simple split. The impact of their divorce rippled through the royal family, the public, and even the press. For Princess Diana, the divorce marked a new chapter in her life. Despite the heartache, she handled the situation with a resilience that made her an even more beloved figure. However, the scars of her marriage were deep. Diana's struggles with self-esteem, mental health, and public image continued long after the legal documents were signed. Her need for love and affection, which had been ignored during her marriage, left her searching for solace in other relationships. Prince Charles, on the other hand, seemed to breathe a sigh of relief after the divorce. He was now free to pursue his relationship with Camilla openly, something that had been hidden for years. Despite the relief, his actions didn't come without consequence. The royal family was under scrutiny more than ever, as the public's trust in the monarchy began to wane. What followed was a bittersweet phase for both Charles and Diana. The divorce, while offering a sense of freedom, didn't mend the emotional wounds that had been inflicted over years of betrayal and emotional distance. The royal family's attempts to appear unified couldn't mask the rift that had grown. Despite the personal and public battles, both Charles and Diana carried the emotional weight of their broken marriage. In the end, Charles and Diana's divorce was a turning point for the monarchy, exposing hidden betrayals and pushing the royal family into a new era of scrutiny and transparency. Their story may have ended legally, but the emotional consequences of their troubled union lingered long after. Charles's tribute. After years of public scrutiny, betrayal, and a bitter divorce, King Charles's tribute to Princess Diana at her funeral took everyone by surprise. His unexpected gesture spoke volumes about their complicated relationship and left the world questioning what truly lay beneath the surface of their tumultuous marriage. The relationship between Charles and Diana was far from perfect, filled with emotional distance, infidelity, and heartbreak. Yet, despite all the drama and the affairs, including his well-known love for Camilla Parker Bowles, Charles's tribute to Diana at her funeral gave a glimpse of a deeper connection. While much of their marriage had been marked by tension and separations, his final act of respect suggested that he still held a certain regard for the woman who had been by his side for so many years. At Diana's funeral, Charles made a quiet but powerful statement by choosing to wear a navy suit instead of the traditional black mourning attire. To many, this might have seemed like a simple wardrobe choice. However, it had much more significance. Diana had always loved seeing Charles in navy, and this tribute, though subtle, was a poignant nod to their shared history. Was this Charles's way of showing that, despite all the pain and betrayal, he had a deep respect for Diana's legacy? Some royal watchers believed it was his way of acknowledging the tumultuous years of their marriage, filled with love, loss, and ultimately, profound sadness. Others speculated that it was an attempt to make amends for the betrayals that had stained their relationship over the years, offering a final, personal tribute to the woman who had once been the love of his life. Charles's tribute to Diana raised many questions, leaving the public wondering if there were feelings and regrets that he had never fully expressed during their marriage. While his actions couldn't undo the past, they did offer a glimpse of the complex emotions he may have carried for the rest of his life. Diana's legacy. Princess Diana's legacy continues to shape the world. Even long after her tragic death, her story was one of immense love, devastating betrayal, and unimaginable strength. But behind her iconic public image, there lay a deeply personal story that was often overshadowed by the royal family's secrecy and the scandals surrounding her marriage to Prince Charles. The world watched in disbelief as Diana's marriage to Charles crumbled under the weight of emotional distance, public scrutiny, and Charles's enduring relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles. While Charles's betrayal was widely known, Diana's resilience and unwavering spirit were what truly defined her. But what often gets overlooked in the shadows of these betrayals is how Diana's impact still ripples through the royal family and beyond. Even after the divorce, Diana's influence remained powerful, especially on her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. Diana's advocacy for causes like HIV/AIDS awareness, her work with landmine victims, and her campaign for mental health awareness changed the way the world viewed royalty. She gave voice to the voiceless and used her platform for good, making her the people's princess in every sense of the word. Charles's betrayal of Diana was deeply damaging, not just to their relationship, but also to the monarchy's image. Yet, her legacy outshone the controversies that defined much of her marriage. Her charitable work, her warmth, and her relatability connected her with people worldwide, unlike any royal before her. In the aftermath of her death, Charles's tribute at her funeral and his decision to wear navy instead of traditional mourning black sent a signal to the world that there was more to their relationship than what had been publicly revealed. It was as if Charles was finally recognizing the woman Diana had been, and the profound effect she had on his life. Diana's legacy lives on not just in the charity work she championed, but in the lives of her children and in the hearts of millions who still remember her with love.
Those moments are very, they're very defining. I think if I would say to my younger self, do not be defined by those moments that happened to you in that exam or that classroom, because they are lifelong learnings, they are lessons that you'd carry with you, and they build you up to be who you are.
Princess Beatrice's passion for raising awareness about dyslexia stems from her own experience growing up with the condition. She has spoken openly about the struggles she faced in school, revealing that she often felt left behind as her classmates progressed at a quicker pace.
The reason why I am so passionate about dyslexia is because of being a dyslexic person myself. I feel like I really understand that we have a responsibility to change the narrative around what we are delivering to young people in the classroom.
It's really exciting. We've got so much UK talent. It's so wonderful they can come to, can be honoured in such a way, and we can, notice big stars like Stella McCartney. She's had such a fantastic year with what she did with Team GB. I think it's been such a great year for Britain on the whole, but it's even better year for British fashion.
These feelings of inadequacy were a constant presence, and she vividly recalls how difficult it was to be surrounded by friends who seemed to grasp things so easily while she wrestled with the material.
I know we're not together in person, but I want to thank each and every single one of you for being involved in this incredible prize. To all the writers and illustrators, thank you for building this world of wonder for young people to be able to jump into.
The challenges in the classroom were particularly poignant when she compared herself to her peers. The colored books in her school, which indicated reading levels, served as a daily reminder that she wasn't progressing as fast as the others. While her best friends moved on to more advanced levels, she remained on the lower ones, which naturally led to feelings of doubt and insecurity.
I think because there's so much talent here, and I think that so much, we saw tonight how many people are coming from St Martin's, and there's so much youth talent, and I think that's what makes the UK stand apart, and I think that should be nurtured, and I think that it makes the UK reflect well on us as a whole. I'm wearing Erdem this evening. What I love about him is that he, designs really well. He designs really well for women, and he does quite, uses a lot of lace and very feminine cuts, and I think it works well for me.
It's a common experience for many children with dyslexia, watching others soar while feeling like you're stuck, unable to keep up. But Beatrice's story doesn't end with those struggles. She has reflected on how those difficult moments in school shaped her into the person she is today.
I was very lucky, got to go to a school that was very nurturing and very supportive. But I would describe the actual day-to-day learning side of things very challenging. I remember we had different coloured books to describe where your reading levels had got to. And I was always on the white books. My best friends were always on the yellow books or the green books. They were so far ahead. And I think at that stage, those moments of doubt just pop into your head. I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, why am I not like the others? I think when you're in the classroom...
It's clear that her experiences helped her develop resilience and strength. Instead of letting those challenges define her, she learned to view them as lessons. Those moments of doubt became stepping stones toward a deeper understanding of herself, and she now advocates for others to adopt a similar perspective. Her message is clear. Don't let difficult academic moments define your worth, as these are only part of your lifelong journey.
One of the first things I learned in the workplace was to find great people that you look up to. I think some of the things that women struggle with the most is identifying role models and people that you want to aspire to, whether that's their professional life or finding the right balance. I think be brave, be bold,
asking for advice. People love to support young talent. I think that education now, when you've got a lot of young people that are focusing on just getting things perfect for a test and absolutely not being able to have that moment of expression that comes from a study around lifelong learning and actually what skills-based learning really looks like, we are going to get into ourselves in a very difficult situation. So I'm really excited with all the work that's going on now with a few different organizations across the world to really think through what is skills-based learning and what are the skills that young people need to be able to thrive in life.
For Beatrice, the importance of shifting the narrative around education is crucial. She believes that the current system, with its emphasis on getting things perfect for a test, doesn't allow for the full expression of a student's abilities. Young people, she argues, need to be taught in a way that prepares them for life, not just for exams. Education should be about skills-based learning.
I felt so lucky I've had a chance to read the books on the shortlist, so thank you to each and every single one of you for all of your hard work. This year was an unprecedented year with so many remarkable entries. The judges made the decision to extend the shortlist from 5 to 6. Without further ado, I would like to announce the names who have made it to the Oscars Book Prize shortlist 2020. I would like to commend Jordan Poskett and Alex Wilmore for The Runaway Pea, published by Simon & Schuster, Carl Newson and Ross Collins for I Am a Tiger, published by Macmillan Children's Books, Daisy Hurst for Alphonse, There's Mud on the Ceiling, published by Walter Books. I'd like to commend Benji Davis for Tad, published by HarperCollins.
Focusing on developing tools that help students thrive in the real world. Her vision is one where education is reimagined to better support every student, particularly those who, like her, struggle with traditional methods of teaching.
I think technology plays a really important role. Tech-enabled learning and what we can achieve with that, what we can do for multiple classrooms across the world, taking through the centres of excellence and being able to connect people, being able to tell a very different story, delivering homework help and support and online tutoring. These are great assets and great tools for young people. So I really see the work that we're doing, raising awareness around dyslexia, as a true pillar to stand up the concept of reimagining education. I've had quite a diverse career, everything from finance to charity to now working for a technology company. I think it was all about looking to what skills I wanted to bring to each of those different industries. What I've learned the most is looking at how you can diversify, how you can be agile, and how you can really find the best way to communicate across a lot of different industries. Because so many young people now are going to be faced with some of the biggest moral and ethical decisions, you really want to make sure they have every tool for success. One of the reasons why I think it's a great time to be dyslexic now is because that narrative is starting to change. I think employers are very aware that they do have to rely on a different set of skill sets. I'm very lucky I've been able to find a job that relies on my communication skills a lot more than it is me sitting behind a desk. A lot of my colleagues also have dyslexia.
Beatrice is excited about the possibilities that technology offers in transforming education. With tech-enabled learning, classrooms around the world can be connected, providing more opportunities for students to receive the support they need.
Take the time to back yourself. You've worked hard, you've got that job, you deserve it. You deserve that seat at the table. So I would say to any young person, back yourself first, ask for advice, because there are so many people that have traveled the same path that you're trying to travel. Because we work in a technology company that is always about looking at things differently, and I think that's one of the strengths that we have as dyslexics, is to look at things differently and be a problem solver, find new ways to do things, be experimental, entrepreneurial. Dyslexia really does affect me day to day. It develops as you develop. It's part of you. It's part of how your brain develops. It is not something that is wrong with you. It is a great part of how your brain works, and everybody's brain works incredibly differently. There is nothing wrong there is just everything that is so right.
I'd love to see this appreciation for second lives and what that brings to your work and what that contributes to your community at work. I think companies nowadays are really building on that sense of community. So to be able to kind of bring that in, find the balance in how you are as a professional, but also how you are with your family or with your pets or with your charity work or with anything else that you have going on alongside of it. You can also share that in your community.
Online resources, homework help, and tutoring are just a few of the tools that can make a significant difference in a student's academic journey. In her view, these tools are vital for young people today, especially as they face increasingly complex challenges in the world. In a poignant moment that tugs at the heartstrings, Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, shared a deeply emotional embrace with a young girl in a touching act of compassion. This story, both heartwarming and heart-wrenching, unfolds as we explore the powerful reason behind this heartfelt gesture, a reason that is bound to move you to tears. Join us as we delve into this extraordinary act of kindness and the profound impact it had on both the young girl and those who witnessed it. This is a story of empathy, connection, and the remarkable ways in which simple gestures can leave an enduring legacy.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery. It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family, but I've had a fantastic medical team who have taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous.
Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, is renowned not only for her role within the British royal family, but also for her profound ability to connect with the public. Over the years, she has established herself as a figure of warmth, empathy, and genuine engagement, embodying qualities that endear her to people across the United Kingdom and around the world. Her interactions with individuals, her dedication to charitable causes, and the reciprocal affection she receives from the public reflect the depth of her character and the positive impact she has made. From the outset of her public life, Kate Middleton has been recognized for her exceptional ability to interact with people on a personal level. Her approachability and warmth have become defining features of her public persona. Whether she is attending formal events, visiting community centers, or participating in royal tours, Kate's demeanor exudes a genuine interest in the well-being of those she meets. This authentic connection has played a significant role in shaping her reputation as a beloved figure. One of the most striking aspects of Kate's public engagements is her attentiveness. During her appearances, she demonstrates a remarkable capacity for listening and understanding. This attentiveness is not merely a formality. It reflects a deep-seated commitment to engaging with individuals and addressing their concerns. People often leave interactions with Kate feeling valued and heard, a testament to her ability to connect on a meaningful level. Kate's conversations with the public are characterized by a sense of genuine interest and empathy. She takes the time to engage in heartfelt discussions, showing a sincere desire to understand the experiences and challenges faced by those she meets. This level of engagement goes beyond superficial pleasantries and highlights Kate's dedication to making a real connection with individuals. Her interactions often involve discussing personal journeys, community issues, or simply sharing light moments. Kate's approachability is evident in the way she listens, responds, and interacts, creating a sense of rapport that resonates with people. This ability to connect on a personal level has endeared her to many, making her a cherished figure in the public eye. Kate Middleton's commitment to public service is also reflected in her involvement with various charitable causes. Her work with organizations such as Place 2BE, which provides mental health support to children, and the Heads Together campaign, which aims to address mental health stigma, demonstrates her dedication to making a positive impact. Through her charitable efforts, Kate has used her platform to raise awareness about important issues and contribute to meaningful change.
My work has always brought me a deep sense of joy, and I look forward to being back when I'm able. But for now, I must focus on making a full recovery. At this time, I'm also thinking of all those whose lives have been affected by cancer. For everyone facing this disease, in whatever form, please do not lose faith or hope. You are not alone.
One of the most impactful aspects of Kate's charitable work is her ability to bring attention to causes in a compassionate and relatable manner. By actively participating in events, sharing personal stories, and advocating for change, she has helped shine a spotlight on issues that might otherwise receive less attention. Her involvement goes beyond mere appearances. She engages deeply with the organizations she supports, working to understand their needs and contribute to their success. Kate's popularity and the affection she receives from the public are a reflection of the positive impact she has made. People appreciate her genuine nature, her dedication to service, and her ability to connect with them on a personal level. The warmth she exudes during public engagements creates a sense of trust and admiration, making her a beloved figure in the eyes of many. Her public appearances often include moments of genuine interaction that highlight her approachability. Whether it's sharing a laugh with a child, engaging in a heartfelt conversation with a community member, or participating in activities that connect her with the people she meets, Kate's demeanor is consistently warm and welcoming. These interactions are captured in photographs and videos, which further reinforce her reputation as a relatable and caring individual. Kate Middleton's role as a mother has also contributed to her public image. Her approach to parenting, characterized by warmth and openness, resonates with many people. The way she balances her royal duties with family life is seen as both admirable and relatable. Public appearances involving her children often reflect the same genuine care and affection that she shows to others, adding another layer of relatability to her persona. Her involvement in community activities further underscores her dedication to connecting with the public. During visits to schools, hospitals, and community centers, Kate engages with individuals and groups, demonstrating a genuine interest in their experiences and contributions. Her interactions are often characterized by a sense of respect and understanding, acknowledging the unique challenges and successes of those she meets. In addition to her personal interactions, Kate's involvement with charitable organizations highlights her dedication to addressing social issues. Her work with mental health initiatives, children's welfare, and early childhood development reflects a commitment to making a positive difference in society. Through her advocacy and participation, Kate has helped to bring attention to important causes and support organizations that are making a real impact. Kate Middleton's ability to connect with people from various backgrounds and experiences is another testament to her exceptional interpersonal skills. Whether she is meeting with veterans, engaging with young students, or participating in activities with individuals facing challenging circumstances, Kate's interactions are characterized by empathy and understanding. This ability to relate to people from all walks of life contributes to the widespread affection she receives. The positive response to Kate's public engagements is not solely about her personal charm, but also about the values she represents. Her dedication to service, her commitment to charitable causes, and her genuine care for others embody qualities that many people hold in high regard. She has become a symbol of compassion and connection, qualities that resonate deeply with the public. As we wrap up this insightful conversation, it's clear that Kate Middleton's dedication to her role as the Duchess of Cambridge goes far beyond the ceremonial and the superficial. Her genuine passion for engaging with the public, her commitment to charitable causes, and her heartfelt approach to her responsibilities demonstrate a deep sense of empathy and purpose. Kate's ability to connect with individuals on a personal level is a testament to her remarkable character and the impact she strives to make in the world. Throughout the interview, Kate has shared personal anecdotes and reflections that highlight her genuine commitment to service. Her involvement with mental health initiatives and children's welfare is not merely a matter of fulfilling royal duties. In a surprising moment that has reignited discussions about the inner workings of the British royal family, Princess Kate recently made headlines when she appeared to refuse to curtsy to Queen Camilla during a high-profile public event. The incident, caught on camera, has led to widespread speculation about possible tensions between the two royal figures. As protocol usually requires the Princess of Wales to show deference to the Queen Consort with a curtsy, Kate's decision to bypass this traditional gesture has been viewed by some as a pointed act of defiance, possibly reflecting underlying discord within the royal household. This moment, though brief, has added a new layer to the ongoing narrative surrounding the dynamics and relationships among the senior members of the monarchy.